Now, the General Legal Counsel Disciplinary Committee has slapped legal practitioner CJ Afrifa with 9 charges for misconduct. This comes after the GLC's preliminary inquiry concluded that a case of misconduct has been established against him at first impression. Now, Mr. Afrifa was reported to the General Legal Counsel by his clients, Ojedum Brenu Kwesi Atta VI, who sought the assistance to retrieve some $75,000 from him. My colleague Joseph Akable joins me on the phone with details of the GLC statement. Joseph, before we move into the statement, give us a background to this story and why it's become so important.
Story that we've been telling for a while is the fact that this particular lawyer represented one Ojedum Brenu Kwesi Atta, who is a traditional ruler in the central region. And in the course of representing him, the client, that is the chief, claimed that this lawyer had told him that he should make some available, some $100,000, which he was going to use for ways and means, which would ensure that he secures a favorable judgment for him. And so we are told, according to the chief, that he made the money available. And after a while, when he realized that the lawyer was not going about doing the ways and means, he decided to ask for a refund of his money. So he had been able to collect $25,000 of that amount. And what remains outstanding is what took him to the GLC, asking that the GLC helps him to retrieve that amount of money. Now, the lawyer, in responding to the complaint at the General Legal Counsel, now levels an allegation at the Chief Justice that his client actually told him that it was the Chief Justice, who had asked for an amount of $5 million in order to deliver a favorable judgment for his client. And we know that the Chief Justice has since denied the allegations. The police CID is probing the matter. Another aspect of it is before the presidency by way of a petition seeking the removal of the Chief Justice. Now, you recall that a couple of weeks back, the General Legal Counsel held its first meeting on the matter, and the counsel said after its disciplinary committee had met on that particular day and an assessment, and after it had heard from Mr. Afrifa, the conclusion it came to is that on first impression, a case of misconduct has been made against him. And so they slapped him with 9 charges. And I'll just run you through some of these charges.
Very well.
One is that he failed to protect the sanctity and integrity of the legal profession by failing to disclose the allegation of bribery against the Chief Justice to the Disciplinary Committee of the Judicial Council or any other statutory body for an inquiry. The second one is the fact that he failed to issue receipts to his client following the payment of legal fees. And the next one is that he facilitated the commission of the alleged bribery offense by refunding the fees he was legally paid and duly entitled to. And another one here says that he made a reckless statement suggesting judicial manipulation by the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. And so these are some of the charges that have been leveled against him.
And so all 9 charges are actually charges of misconduct, but pertaining to the rules of the General Legal Counsel.
That is so. And I mean, the point that needs to be made is that the council is the regulatory body. Provides regulatory oversight. So you hear often that they've disbarred a certain lawyer for a certain number of years, among other things. And so that is how they are going about this particular matter. And it relates to the rules and ethics that they expect a lawyer to stick to in accordance with the Legal and Professional Act.
And so this is a prima facie case that has been made. It is expected that he would respond and then he will go through the process. Is that what will happen?
Absolutely. And so there will be a response that he will file to the official charges that have been leveled against him. And then they will, if they are minded to go by the normal process of hearing evidence and listening to witnesses and cross-examination and all that, then afterwards they will come to a conclusion as to whether he's guilty of the allegations of misconduct that they have determined prima facie that if they established against him. And once they come to whatever conclusion they come, if there are sanctions to be imposed on those sanctions, to indicate that as well.
And Joseph, this process is independent of what ASERPA has done by way of petitioning the president for the removal of the Chief Justice because of this claim and the CID's own investigation into this matter because of the CJ's petition to them.
Absolutely. And don't forget, there's also another aspect of it as trust.
Okay.
Related to the Chief Justice as well. And so they are just 3 different processes that are ongoing. And it's worth stating that at this particular level, the Chief Justice is actually not a party to it. But this is strictly between a lawyer and his client. And the client went there because he says, I want $75,000 back from you. And so that is what they are looking at in terms of the Legal Professions Act and the conduct of the lawyer in relation to his client, whether he misconducted himself per the allegations that have been leveled, the prima facie determination made accordingly.
Court correspondent Joseph Akablade then helping us understand the latest developments as far as the allegations leveled against the Chief Justice, but specifically on the petition sent against lawyer Afrifa. We'll be following this and we'll bring you updates in our subsequent bulletins.